What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're looking at the DraftKings, Fanduel, and Prizepicks plays for July 12th, Tuesday. We have 14 games today. Large slate. Already have the core plays on the screen because there's just one team that, for some reason, both sites just haven't priced up. The Padres, in cores, they were super popular yesterday. The price tags haven't even moved. They might have even went down, and just with some of the injuries they're dealing with, like, you're getting both catchers here in the middle of the lineup. You're going to get Luke Voigt, $3,400. Maybe you'll get Kim batting leadoff. He missed yesterday's game, but we'll see if he's back. Then even at the bottom, you have 2K flat for Brent Rooker. You're going to have Jose Azocar in their lineup as well, with Profar on the injured list. So that is the team you're going to be starting with. And then second team that I like is the Giants. Wind blowing out a little bit at home. Still not a good ballpark to hit in, but going up against Dallas Keuchel, it's gotten blown up multiple times this year. And you got some good cheap price tags on them as well. We know Flores is really good against lefties, and he is super cheap at only 3K, and he's batting 323 with 3 bombs in his last 10 and really hitting the ball well. So would not be surprised if he continues his dominance against the Diamondbacks today. Manny Machado going once again in cores, had a great game yesterday with the bomb, having a great season in general. Look at his numbers against lefties, they are off the charts. So we got to like Machado here, and then Luke Voigt as well. At home, looks solid. I mean, on the road, but in cores looks really good, even though he's struggling a little bit recently. Just the price tag is, can't really beat a $3,400 first base with power option with the highest total on the slate. And then Brent Rooker, just with the cheap price tag, 2K flat. He was really good for them in AAA with 279, 14 home runs in 49 games, and he's going to get a lot of playing time until Profar is back, at least against left-handed pitchers. And then for my SP1 and SP2, I'm able to pay up because we're going cheap with the cores bats with the Padres side. So Garrett Cole against a strikeout-heavy Reds team a bit. Like Cole to have just a dominance game. He's kind of, he's been good, but he's given up 5 home runs in his last 3. I think we can finally see like a shutdown performance from Garrett Cole. He's been excellent at home. ERA is almost 2 runs lower. And then I'm going Dylan Cease on the other hand. The last time out, another good game in terms of going deep into the game with 6 innings. He threw 101 pitches, 8 strikeouts, going up against a team that won't K too much, but I still like Dylan Cease. He's been excellent in terms of just fantasy this year, even though he did struggle earlier against the Guardians. I think with all the upside that he gives you. With the Ks, even though maybe you get averages a couple less Ks today, I think you still go deep into the game. And I do like the White Sox to get the win, so hopefully Cease is able to get credited with that. In terms of the other teams, not too much besides the Giants for me and the Padres. You can look to the Rockies on the other side, but they are definitely behind the Padres by far. And then in terms of the other second-tier teams, maybe the Braves right-handed bats against Peterson. And maybe you can look to the Phillies game. Just going to get some value with the Phillies because 3 of their players are not going to be able to play today. 2 of their starters are not going to be able to play with the, going into Toronto. They're not vaccinated. And then the Yankees, of course, against Ashcraft with the wind blowing out at home. Look at the power hitters. Donaldson, Carpenter's turned into 10 years ago version of himself since he's been with the Yankees. Judge and Stanton to fill it out. That is, maybe the first game will be a little bit sneaky, but I like some of the other ones a little bit better. That's about it for DraftKings. Let's go through Fanduel. So Fanduel, not too much difference. These are the picks I like. If hopefully Kim is in the lineup. If he's not, we'll have to replace that. But Cole as my pitcher. Luke Voigt, first base option, very affordable. Machado is going to be my pay up. I think he has a great chance of going yard again. And then Rooker for the value. And Austin Slater with the power that he will give you. Batting leadoff potentially. More at-bats here. He's been fine in his last couple of games. And he's a part-time player, but just plays against lefties. And then last but not least, over on Prizepicks, taking the over 7.5 strikeouts for Garrett Cole. It's been a little bit of a minute since he's had a dominant performance, and just seems like it sets up perfectly for him. You can also take his fantasy if you're not convinced about Garrett Cole today, but taking this over 7.5 strikeouts. Spencer Strider, with all the dominance that he gives you with the strikeouts, also looks really good. We saw him have like 9 consecutive strikeouts in his most recent game against the Cardinals, and they are also a team that just doesn't strike out too much. So he just gives you so much upside. He has 11 or more strikeouts in 3 of his last 5 starts, and recently all the strikeouts have been there. So we do know the Mets don't K too much, but they do K more than the Cardinals. So give me at least 7 Ks on Spencer Strider. Like over 5 Ks on Logan Webb as well. It's another one that he's hit about over 55% of the time this year. Recently, he's been fine with that, and worst case could be a push. And then I'm taking the over 1.5 bases on Luke Voigt to round out the 4 picks. And then last one will be taking the over fantasy on Dylan Cease. He goes over 100 pitches routinely. Is right at the number with 101.5, but I'm taking the over 37.5 fantasy. Maybe strikeouts a little bit less convinced against the Guardians today, but I still think he'll have another great game. And doesn't take much to hit 38 fantasy for a guy like Cease if he goes 6 innings and if he gets the win. So pretty condensed video today, but had to get it out as soon as possible, running late a bit. So best of luck. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.